In today's video, we're going to talk about getting ghosted and why it happens, and how we can learn to deal with it, to not take it personal. Nowadays on social media, getting ghosted or people being aloof with other people is very common. Where that behavior is coming from, the being ghosted or ghosting other people. I don't believe in ghosting other people. I believe in telling them the truth. If they're not connecting with you on a particular level, be honest with them. Tell them that this doesn't work for me. Being ghosted or the ghosting of other people, an endless cycle that just keeps going on and on and on, is coming from a repelling energy. And what is going on is that the people who are doing it coming from a place of power, and they're doing it a lot of times to test the other individual. And the other individual most times is an empathic person who sometimes can be very needy. And that neediness energy repels the people who are very comfortable and safe in their own body. It repels them away from the relationship, especially in a relationship where you're trying to build on a friendship, a relationship with one another, whether it's a physical relationship or just a basic friendship. Even in basic friendships, people can repel each other. What is going on there is certain people don't feel safe within their own body, so they seek to others and material things from the outer world, from outside of them, to come and help them feel safe. And in turn, it puts a lot of pressure and resistance on the things they are trying to bring into their lives. What it does, instead of bringing the things into their lives, is it pushes the things away. Then you start to take it personal, as if there's something wrong with me. What did I do wrong? Am I not good looking enough? Why is this person not answering me? And then we get on our phones and send that person a double text. They say, don't double text. Who cares? Double text if you want to. If they don't answer, they're not meant for you. Another very important tool that can be used in the building of relationships is the learning to individuate. And you individuate from each person on the outside of you. You become more empowered as the individual that you are right here and now, that is living in the present. You get rid of a lot of these neediness qualities that the empath picks up from childhood and the life moments that happen, and learn to get away from the needing to please others or to control the situation in the outer world. If we begin chatting with someone new on a dating app and we start to exchange information about ourselves, a lot of time you are projecting the energy of trying to win that person over. And when you can let go of the energy of trying to win them over in that one conversation or even two conversations, and putting a lot of pressure on yourself when it comes to the in-person meeting. Think about that. If you are the person that is dating this other person that's putting so much pressure on themselves to be perfect for you, and you can feel on that coffee date that they are not being real, they are not being authentic with you, and you start to catch them in a couple of lies, how does that make you feel? Would you want to stay in that relationship long term? No, because we feel that that person is lying to us as a means to an end, to try to win us into their lives. It's like a game. When you can learn to embody authenticity, and being yourself regardless of the outcome, you start to learn to live life through neutrality. And you're good either way. Whether that person is extremely attractive or not as attractive as the standards you normally set for yourself, they're still equal to you. Whether, in your opinion, they're the hottest person in the room or the hottest person in your community, how people appear on the outside is not the end-all be-all, let me tell you. A lot of it comes from desire. You can check out some of my past videos where I talk about the scales and the states of consciousness. And when we are living around desire and pride, we take pride in our opinions. We take pride in people validating us. We desire them. We desire their approval. We desire their validation to feel whole. When you raise your level of consciousness, we elevate the vibe, like I talk about on this channel. I'm here to help you elevate your vibe, your inner vibration. And that is to be good either way, regardless of the outcome, and to be yourself right off the get-go. And letting go of the fear and the judgment. They're all attached to attachments. We need to surrender to all of it, all of the failed relationships, all of the shitty parent and child dynamics that we may have gone through. A lot of us that may have had a narcissistic parent, we may have felt like we were seen but unheard a lot of the time. And when you were carrying that into adulthood, you were seen but unheard, meaning your feelings were never ever really validated. You never fully felt cared for. And that energy is trapped in the body. And until you can learn to relinquish that energy through meditation, through inner child work, inner work, period, just getting into becoming a greater version of yourself, inside and out, you will project an energy of feeling comfortable within your own frame, no matter where you are, no matter who you are looking to attract on these dating apps. And when you get on this type of level, you won't need dating apps. You will actually value your alone time. And when you find the right people who resonate with your character in public places, they will be drawn to your energy. They will be drawn to that energy you are embodying because you've learned to take your power back. You are not projecting. The mind is a very powerful tool. When you look at somebody across a room, you desire their energy. They can feel that someone's looking at them when they're not looking at you. You ever notice that they'll turn around and be like, oh, that person's looking at me. I can feel their energy. You're projecting energy just by looking at them, just by thinking about them in the same room. When you learn the inner frame technique is to embody being whole and complete right here and now, and it not coming from a place of ego, not coming from a place of being better than anybody. We are equal beings, all in existence here in the world. And you're able to share a loving energy because there's no more blocks within your system. Your pure state when you were brought into this world is to feel love. But then we learned all of the autopilot patterns and the autopilot ways of thinking that keep us in the negative, that keep us in the judgment and the overthinking. It's a common human trait to overthink. Have you ever been victim of overthinking and it ruined the relationship you were trying to build? It's happened to me many times. I dealt with it in dating apps. I dealt with it in high school relationships. I had a woman, a girl at the time in grade 10, cheat on me. And then we were still dating at the time. I found out she cheated, but at the time, I still had that energy of depending on her for my happiness. I was willing to overlook her cheating on me to continue in the relationship and in turn repelled her away from me. And for years, I felt like garbage over that because, I was willing to still give it a chance, but because she cheated on me and I didn't set a boundary of that not being okay, she looked at me as weak. She see me as a weak individual. And women will actually value you more if you set a strong boundary. And first of all, if they've cheated on you, that's basically it. You should be moving on completely from that. Not many relationships will stand the test of time after a woman has cheated on the man. There's something missing there. There's something you are not giving her to make her feel loved. And you can find that by finding your purpose and passion. And that's going to be a very attractive quality, man or woman. So just know that getting ghosted is a very common thing nowadays. It happens on every social media app. It happens all over the dating apps. But when you can learn to live a more neutral life and be okay either way, you will become fearless in every situation, whether it's at the bar in person with the prettiest girl in the room or just somebody who gave you good eye contact. You felt good energy. Go up to that person and start a conversation. Because you know what? You have nothing to lose. That person would probably like to have a short convo with you. And if you vibe with their energy, why not just get her phone number and text her the next day? It's not about needing to have the perfect relationship right here and now to make us feel something. It's about who you are being in the process of growing over time. And who's meant to be in your life, the universe will send it to you because you are no longer living in lower energetic frequencies of desire, of anger, resentment, judgment, and living with a lot of anxiety towards the building of these relationships. So thank you for watching and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already.